Along. I think we got Howard back on the line there. Sorry about that, Howard. We disconnected, but it's great to have you here. And just, man, what are you thinking with everything that's gone down here in the last day or two?
First, Brett, thanks for having me on and share some of my thoughts.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Craziness, right?
Yes.
After the game, I think, what's funny is that Saturday after Boeheim's speech for retiring the jerseys, my wife said, he's retiring. He's crying. He's going to retire.
Wow. She called
I didn't
it.
really, yeah. And, I'm wanting him to continue to coach because, when the era ends, right, there's just some emptiness there. And then leading after the game and listen to all the analysts, commentators, and what have you, pretty much seemed to put a lot of pressure on the university to come up with a response after the press conference. I've heard it way so much. And, I think the university probably dropped the ball. They wasn't sure what to do, thought they were getting ahead of things, and should have waited a day. They always tell you to wait a day
Yes,
and
they
let
do.
things settle down.
Yes, they do.
Before making a decision or making an announcement and so forth. But, this probably was in the works since early November or sometimes around there. So you don't just come up with this stuff in an hour.
Howard, next time your wife comes up with big news like that, can she just text me so I can that would have been good. That would have been good. But it's funny because Jim said that yesterday too. Like, you guys didn't pick up on this. He said a couple people did, but man, that's intriguing that your wife said okay, and then he said some things in the press conference too, and you're like, man, this could be, we don't know. And just being there and a part of that and seeing that celebration and now see it turn into where we're at now, we're, like you said, maybe the university dropped the ball here, but one way or the other, we're moving on here, right? So it's a transition, it's a process, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's I don't want to put it like a death in the family, but there's some mourning, right? The expectation that Coach was there for 50 years, and now he's not, right? We all retire. We may retire in 30 years and so forth, but when you get over 40, you're just part of the institution, and it makes it so tough when you lose someone at that point. And I think we're all feeling, I know from former players, myself and so forth, that we're feeling the loss because it came to an end, right? All we knew was Boeheim and coaching Syracuse. That's all I know. And then it's not there anymore. So now we're, it take a few days to mourn from that standpoint, and we know that he had a great career. Fabulous Hall of Fame career, and now that in some time here, in a short time here, then we're all going to get behind Autry and wish him the best and continue going forward. He's still got Jerry and Griff there. Hopefully, maybe we can get another big man, a center coach or something to even it all out. So it's all good.
Howard,
the coach went out the way he wanted to, so he's a complicated man. So,
to say the least, right? Was it important to you that a former player took over for Jim Boeheim?
I would like to have seen it, right? Keep it in the family. When someone, a familiar person, and thoughts and so forth to carry on tradition. I think you have to. Embrace that and wish him well.
Howard, what is a lesson that Jim Boeheim taught you when you were a player here that to this day maybe you still apply in everyday life?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Most of this stuff has nothing to do with basketball, really. It's about treating people fairly, but not the same, because everyone's a little bit different, and you have to approach them and so forth. He told that. I remember that speech the first day that I was in Syracuse. I had a team meeting, and I've always taken that throughout my career, professional career and so forth, that those words. So,
Howard Triche, It is great to hear your voice. It is great to hear your perspective. Thank you for sharing with us today, and can't wait to catch up down the road, but thank you for making a little time for us today, my friend.
All right. Thanks, Brett.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you, my friend. We appreciate that. Howard Triche, ladies and gentlemen, played at Syracuse from 1983 to 1987, and think of seeing the rise there of the Big East and playing with Pearl Washington. We certainly talked to him about that before, and peaking with that 87 Final Four team, Jim Boeheim's first Final Four. Remember, 1975 was Roy Danforth.